What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be giving you 5 things that I hate about my G35. And before we video, because I actually really do like it, so this is just a video going over a few things that I don't like or I think that should have been changed. So let's get right to it. The first thing on this car that I dislike starts up front, and that's going to be the front bumper. I am not a big fan of this front bumper at all. Mine isn't in the best condition to begin with, so I mean, there are better examples of a good condition front bumper, which I'm pretty sure you can find somewhere else on YouTube. But I'm just not a big fan of the design of this front bumper. I don't like how it's not open. It doesn't have that many cuts in it. You know, it's just not very sporty front bumper. But the next thing I dislike is also on the front bumper, which is gonna be the headlights. My headlights, again, aren't in the best condition. But I don't like the design of the headlights either. I think they could have been better, or at least different. But that's not, neither one of those is really a big deal. They can both be fixed. So with the few simple aftermarket mods, you know, new front bumper, aftermarket front bumper, they have plenty for this car. Some aftermarket headlights, they have a great amount of headlights for this car. You can get halos. You can do whatever you want, just blacked out headlights, but those aren't minor problems, but they aren't major either, because I mean, they do cost a little bit of money to fix, so it kind of is a sort of a big deal, but not at the same time, if you get where I'm coming from. But the next thing I hate or strongly dislike about this car, this is probably the biggest thing for me, was the factory suspension. And my car is lowered, as you can see, so it's not on the factory springs and struts anymore. But it's a reason that it's not on those anymore. One, I want it to be a little bit lower, but two, the main reason was I was so sick of that factory suspension. Anytime I took a corner, it's so much body roll, and for all my G35 owners that don't have a sports suspension, you probably know what I'm talking about. But this car just had a tremendous amount of body roll, and I hated it, and it drove me crazy. So I had to go ahead and get some springs and struts. So these are okay. They're a lot better than the factory ones were, so I would recommend at least getting some lowering springs, if not coilovers. Which if you want the least amount of body roll, then definitely go for coilovers, but daily driving it won't be nearly as comfortable as if you just got some springs with a strut set up, depending on what you get. Let's move on to what I don't like in the interior. The biggest thing that I dislike in the interior is going to be the cup holders. The front cup holders, to be specific. Front cup holders in my car are very subpar, to say the least. They're just terrible. They're horrible. They have no point. They have no use at all. So the reason I hate these cup holders so much is, let's use this bottle for an example. Let's say I'm driving and, you know, I have a drink in this cup holder, which I clearly don't use because you can see all the change in here. But let's just say I'm driving, I have a drink in this front cup holder, and I have to accelerate. And it's a taller drink, which is most drinks that you get. If I have to accelerate, then not only is this drink gonna fall, but it's gonna slide around and spill everywhere. And it's happened a few times, this is why I know. And no matter where I put it, it's gonna do the same thing. If I put it in the back cup holder and I break, it's just gonna fall forward and slide all over everywhere and spill everywhere. But one way around this that works best for me is I just use the back cup holders if I have any kind of drinks. Because unless I feel like holding a drink up here because I'm drinking it, which is what a cup holder up here is meant for, then I just go ahead and put it in the back cup holder. So not really a huge deal, but something that drove me crazy when I first got this car, because I didn't know that it had cup holders in the rear seat. So that's just something that I hated about this car until I figured out there was cup holders back there. So that's not really a big deal again, but it is something that will drive you crazy if you get one of these and you go to fast food restaurants or any kind of restaurant that has carry-out drinks. And the last thing that I hate about this car is gonna be some of the materials they used in the interior. This is an 04, so I mean, I know I can't expect the best interior, but this is a luxury car to say the least. And things like this door jamb, or this door, I'm sorry, not door jamb. Stuff peeling off of here, it's just a cheap vinyl. Discolored and faded. And it's just a cheap vinyl. And it's been like this since I got the car, about 80,000 miles ago. Man, this over here, these are just two of the spots. There's a few more, but this material on the top compartment, I'm not sure what they use to hold that in or glue it down, but it's just not, it just feels very cheap, and it's not something you would expect coming in a luxury car. That's just about it, honestly, for this video. There's not really anything else that I don't like about this car. If you like this video, then go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this in the future. But as always, y'all take it easy, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.